Basic, founder and CEO of Y2K Credit Solutions, consumer credit expert. Been in the industry a little over 16 years now. And today we're going to talk about how do you get the perfect 850 credit score. I get asked that question a lot, especially with our new clients that are in our program now and moving on to being on their own, managing their credit on their own. That's a very common question I'm being asked. First thing I'll tell you, you need to have a credit monitoring system application that you can monitor your credit monthly so you can see your progress on your credit. As I get into the video, you'll see why monitoring your credit and using a system like our Score Navigator that's very detailed to this question works for you, because it's how you're going to monitor the progress. All right, so let's get into the 850. How do we get to an 850? So let's go back in some time. If you remember when you were a student, when you were in college, or when you were in high school, and you took a test, there was 100 questions on the test, right? If you got 90 right, you got a 90. If you got 98 right, you got a 98. But that's not the perfect score. You needed to get 100 of those questions right in order to get 100 points, right? So now let's correlate that into credit scores. So with credit scores, there's 5 metrics, right? 5 components that build up your credit score: inquiries, age of your account, debts, new accounts, balances, those things, right? And that you can find online. You can Google it. You can see the 5 criteria for getting an 850 credit score. And in each of those 5 criteria, you have to max it out. You have to get 100 points. So for example, payment history. You cannot have absolutely no late payments on your credit cards. You cannot. Right? You have to have 0 late payments. If you have 1 late payment, it dings you. And after time passes, you get those points back. But you cannot have 1 late payment. Inquiries. You cannot have any increase in a 12-month period. If you have any inquiries, you will lose points for that. Age of debt, which is the most important one, because a lot of you guys that are finishing up our program now don't have 2 decades of debt, right? You're new to credit. So keep that in mind, because a lot of clients are asking me, oh, I'm at a 750, how do I get to 800? It's the age of your account. You have to start applying and building credit, right? But keep in mind, we always tell our clients, it takes 6 months to build credit with 1 bank. So if you take 6 months to build credit with 1 bank, and you're not supposed to have any increase, but you need to have increase to build your credit because you have to apply for credit. You can only have 6 increases in a 12-month period. Anything more than that is considered abuse of credit. I've seen it. So it takes 6 months to build credit 1 bank, so you can only apply for 2 credit cards in a 12-month period, right? That would equal to 2 inquiries, which is good, not 6, right? So the age of the credit, the age of your credit report, it's gonna be the key factor in getting to that 850 credit score. But these are the criteria that you have to meet 100% on at all time. You have to have a variety of credit, right? So that means you have to have installment loans, and you have to have credit cards. Now, credit cards, installment loans, they're tied to some sort of collateral. Auto loan mortgages, right? If you don't pay, they take it back, right? And credit cards are unsecured debt. So if you don't pay it back, the bank is screwed. So you want to make sure that, and that's what really bangs your score up, and that's what makes your score drop a lot, and hinders you from getting to the 850. So you want to make sure you have very low utilization. So we require, and we tell our clients stay under 30%. Some people say 10%. It's hard to stay under 10%, especially if you have 1 or 2 credit cards and you use your credit cards a lot. But keep the number under 30%. Do not go over 30%, because once you go over 30%, you'll start seeing your score drop. And you can see that in Score Navigator. We have that on the homepage on your summary. So 2 key things: credit card utilization three key things actually. Credit card utilization, age of your report, and inquiries are the three key factors out of the five. Even if all five are important, you have to hit all five at 100 at all times in order to get to that 850 credit score. So that's how you would get to an 850 credit score, and you can Google this, like I said. But if you have any questions about it, and it's not that hard, to be honest with you, sorry, I know I was about to end the video. It's not that hard to attain an 850 credit score. It really just comes down to discipline and follow instructions. And, you know, if you follow our content, if you follow us on YouTube, when I speak to you guys about stuff, I'm not blowing smoke out of wahoo. I'm actually just telling you factual content that I've tested it, I've seen our clients do it, I've told our clients how to do it, and it works, right? You know, of course, there's a lot of information on the internet, YouTube and social media and so forth. Pick and choose where you get your information from. But you can definitely Google the stuff. You can Google the chart, the five components of building credit. That's all over the place. It's even on your credit report, actually. But it's all over the internet. And definitely check it out. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. I would like to hear your experience. If you are at an 850 credit score, how'd you get there? The process. If you're bouncing back and forth between 700, 750, 800, we can talk about that. I want to hear what's causing that to happen. What do you think is causing that to happen? We can even do a consultation. We can do a pick my brain, and I can actually dissect the report and explain to you what's happening and why it's happening. So I'd love to hear your experience. So share it with us as well in this comment below. And if you have any questions, drop it, and I'll try to answer it for you guys. Talk to you soon. Have a good day, guys.